I'm Alex Stone, former military service member and law enforcement officer, now CEO of Echelon Protective Services, one of the fastest growing private security firms on the West Coast. And this is Ride Along, where our guest and I witness firsthand the issues affecting our community. I believe our proven method of enacting meaningful change through compassion and understanding is the best way to make our streets a safer place and truly achieve security through community.
Hi, my name is Justice Rose. I'm a former executive protection agent, current corrections officer with the state of California. I'm here to do a ride-along on the streets of Portland.
We're on the ride along with Justice Rose. We're rolling out to meet a former Marine, great guy, Chase Wilming, and we're gonna be kicking it in downtown.
Patrolling the streets.
Patrolling the streets. Justice Rose, question.
Go.
Have you been to Portland before?
No, this is my first time.
So this is your baptism by fire.
That's it.
Okay,
That's it.
so we're gonna get your honest and authentic take on the streets of Portland.
Sure.
Sounds good?
Absolutely. My initial 36-hour thoughts are it's very similar to San Francisco.
Yeah,
A little bit smaller.
roger that.
The homeless situation is a little bit better here in Portland in my early renditions, if you will. And I love the food scene.
Food scene's great.
Food scene is out.
Yeah, we only have probably 5,000 chronically homeless, 10,000 transitional.
Okay.
So again, we're a much smaller city than like in LA.
Right, absolutely.
So they have probably 40,000. So they're 10 times larger.
Yeah. Yeah, it tracks. It extrapolates out, right?
Yeah, it's per capita, it's about the same.
Question for you.
I love questions.
All right. How did you guys come up with the business model of the community policing, just helping the homeless transition?
I love it.
Yeah, how did you come up with that?
We don't call it community policing.
Okay.
And the reason is because policing is a constitutional right granted by the authority within the executive powers portion
Absolutely.
of the Constitution. And policing is something that governments do to people. It's not something that private entities can do to people,
Great distinction.
right? So we kind of, both me and my partner are both former cops. I'm prior military. So we did a deep dive when we came into this. We wanted to be a company that delivered results, and we recognized immediately that most companies are not actually delivering results in the security realm. EP is different. You're keeping that one specific client safe.
Uh-huh.
But when you're talking about safety in a region, you try to, in the security industry, typically a company would measure their success metric on how well they did on that individual property.
Right.
And they'll say, 50% winners, 50% losers. But really, in order to win long term, you have to win in a neighborhood. You have to win a geographic region.
That makes a lot of sense. This.
Right.
Stop me if you've heard this before, but it sounds very much along the model of the hearts and minds.
It is, hearts and minds, yeah. So it's taking territory, it's land doctrine, right? So that took me back to the military.
Right.
And I told my partner, I said, hey man, we can't do the law enforcement model, this quasi law enforcement model. We talked about it earlier in the studio where
Yeah.
you're like, hey, we're gonna act like cops and scare people away. That scarecrow model or law enforcement model,
Right.
it doesn't work. Long term, it causes retaliation. Maybe not against the security guard, but maybe against the asset manager or the ownership group. right?
Property even.
Property, come back and break a $20,000 window.
Yep.
How's that helpful?
Not at all.
Not.
Who's paying for it?
So we went with what we recognized overseas as that nation building model that's used by the CIA, the Green Berets, overseas military, NGOs like the United Nations, and we were like, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to go into neighborhoods and we're going to employ a community transformation model.
I like it.
And then we said, okay, in order to transform a community, what needs to happen?
Yeah.
Well, you need crime to go down, right? community transformation typically means higher levels of engagement. People doing things.
Okay.
People
Yeah,
enjoying space. Right. The sociological principle is called third space.
Okay.
Right. Starbucks employs this idea where you have work, home, in the third place.
Huh. Okay.
And so we want to increase public value of public space.
That makes sense.
And so how do you do that in a way that benefits clients on the private side?
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, thank you. So what we determined was, and I have a very good friend named Leo Capsipo, who's a former Green Beret. He owns a company called Public Value. I'm
Okay.
hoping to have him on. He helped me kind of forge through this as well. A lot of SOCOM guys, a lot of soft guys.
Yeah.
Back and forth with intelligence people I know in the intelligence world.
Yep.
And I kind of developed this model, and I said, hey, we're going to rebuild our urban environments. We're going to rebuild our nation on the inside out.
I like it. I mean, it's definitely, from all my time in experience in security field, it's definitely a very unique approach, but it's one of those kind of aha things. When you hear it, you're like, it just makes sense.
You're like, duh.
Yeah, yeah, and
Of course
often
we
great
need this.
ideas. Yeah. So it's pretty awesome.
Thanks, bro.
You got it.
So we're only a couple blocks away. There's Chase right there. Look at that devil dog. You know, I like to say that our guys have the best hair in the industry.
Good hair. I'm jealous.
They got good hair, man. They got good hair. We got one guy, he should be a hair model, this guy. We always tell him that he should be a spokesperson for a pomade company.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Dapper Dan kind of guy, you know. All right, let's go gather Chase. We'll catch you on the streets. Chase, it's good to see you, brother. How are you, man?
No complaints from me.
How you doing?
Chase,
Just-
nice to meet you.
Nice to
Chase,
meet you,
Justice, Chase. I'm supposed to stand close to you to catch you on the mic because you're not mic'd up.
Oh,
So, give us a little bit of background of who you are.
prior corrections, prior Marine Corps. Used to teach kids with autism.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that awesome? I know. I love this guy.
A little variety, if you
Yeah.
will.
It's the spice of life.
Yeah, done a lot of different things. I mean, mechanics all the way to now security.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Probably my favorite job, though. I mean, outside of the Marine Corps.
Okay.
It's rewarding, almost to the point of like teaching kids with autism, because you get to kind of gather intel and then utilize that.
Nice.
And it works.
You're
a
talking
lot
about here at
in
Echelon.
Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Thanks,
so
man.
it kind of goes hand in hand. A lot of the stuff that you learn whenever it comes to teaching kids with autism is all based off like functions of behavior. And it kind of works here as far as like, if you do this, they will do this. So
Cross parallel skills.
yeah,
Yeah,
Love it.
so I think that job probably taught me the most, and bringing that into what I do here.
That mental health
it-
component.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
it
great, man.
Makes it a lot easier. So,
Awesome.
relatively smooth.
It's funny. Earlier in the studio, we talked about how my son has autism.
Right.
And it does. You know, I went to a lot of training for that. I started as a therapeutic foster parent.
Yeah.
Here in Oregon, and a lot of training behind that. Excellent. That training does come in handy a lot.
We have a lot of similar paths, you and I. So you did Marines, I did Army, corrections, currently with corrections with California.
Okay.
The mental health aspect, I deal with a lot of, we call them EOPs, but emotionally unstable inmates. So much to your point, it's like dealing with children sometimes and assessing and constantly reevaluating. So there's a lot of cross skill sections. So
Awesome.
I like it.
Cool. Well, we're gonna cut so we can mic him up, and then we're gonna start patrolling ASAP. Sounds good, guys?
Good to go?
Awesome. Let's hit it. Hey, so we're on the streets patrolling with Wilming in the back. Got Rose in the front. Wilming and Rose, no, that is not a luxury item place to buy your wife a gift.
Or a law firm.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you could explain some of the more nuanced, difficulties that you have to deal with patrolling these streets of Portland.
I would say one of the hardest things is, for me personally, I'm a pretty literal person. Try to stay as familiar with like the law as I can.
Okay.
And I try to inform rather than just be the guy that's like, hey, you can't be on the building.
Right.
Or, you know, where the boundaries of the building are and things like that. And some people are argumentative, to say the least. So they'll say, as long as I'm not on the building, I'm not on private property. And then if you bring up, you know, ADA law or drip lines or anything like that, they're just like, well, that's not a real thing. You're just making that up to make me move.
Yeah.
So it's kind of getting across that, like, I'm not just being an asshole. I'm doing my job to the standard of the property owner.
Right.
And what they expect, like the expectation, and fully within like the black and white. There is no gray area happening.
Absolutely.
And you just typically get a lot of negative feedback in that. So I would say that's probably the hardest thing is just.
That makes sense.
Yeah, just grasping that and trying to get people to understand that we're not trying to be assholes. We're just
Doing your
the
job.
expectation of the job. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. That's good.
That is difficult. All right, we're about to jump out. We got a couple people that are sitting on our windowsills, so we're gonna go talk to them, see what's going on. I like the gloves.
Thank you.
How's it going, guys? Good.
How you doing, brother? How's the pup?
Need a cigarette?
Got some little shoes on him?
Need a
Some
cigarette, bro?
little booties? Those are cool. The only thing is, I can give you like 10, 15 minutes.
Need a cigarette, bro?
When people are up against the window here. Obviously, I know they're on the bench, so there's not a whole lot of room. But just within like the next 10 to 15, if you can, I'll give you time. How long do you think for the dog to rest? 5 more minutes? All right. Can we meet in the middle, say 10? That work for you? All right. You need some water or anything for the pup or for yourself? I don't know if we have it. If not, I can bring it back once we're
We
done
have
rubbing.
we have hand wipes and all kinds of stuff.
Hey, you sure you don't need nothing? All right, works for me, brother.
Thanks.
What's your name? My name's Chase. Dustin? All right, brother.
What's the dog's
Have
name?
a good day.
Huh? Hey, Blue.
Blue. Aw.
Yeah.
Got the little booties.
titties.
I love it.
That's awesome, brother. Yeah, those are awesome. We're shooting a documentary about homelessness. You want to talk to us? Huh?
Briefly.
Okay, cool. I really appreciate it, man. I was homeless as a kid with my mom for 2 years. We lived in Houston, Texas, out of a vehicle. And then I actually lived at the McDonald's on Eon Avenue on Highway 30 for 2 years. I was almost there. And so we're doing this now to help people talk about, you know, how do people become homeless and why are people staying homeless and what's the best way to help somebody, right?
Well, I guess everybody's probably got a different reason out there. Mine is from a relapse,
Yeah.
and I just kind of went downhill south, you know, since then. I am homeless. You know, I'm a survivor either way.
Yeah.
But, you know,
You grew up here in Oregon, or?
yeah. No, I didn't go to Oregon. I Spokane, Washington.
Okay. So pretty much a local, you know, in the Northwest.
Yeah.
And so what led you, like for me, we just grew up really poor. My brother got adopted. My sister, we were always in and out of different care. And so for me, being homeless was just a lifestyle. And what kind of started you on the pathway to homelessness?
Like I said, it was my relapse. You know, I was clean, I was doing good. I was a supervisor for a landscaping company.
No shit. Wow.
So I went from there about a year and a half ago to where I'm at now, canning every day. You know, that's how I survive, and you know, it's rough, but you know, how you can help people out here is don't judge them.
Yeah, of course,
and,
yeah.
You know, a lot of people do that. You know, and you know, anyway, you know, you don't help nobody, but yeah. I mean, like I said, everybody's got a different story out there. You know, you said it was your lifestyle. You know, I don't consider, you know, a lifestyle for me. I mean, it's the lifestyle that I'm living, but it's not the way I want to live.
Yeah. What would be the best way to help someone like yourself in your position to transition off the streets? Obviously, you're probably still struggling with addiction, right?
Yeah. I mean, my best answer to that is I need to help myself. You know, I need to, you know, reach out, you know, for what resources are out there. I know they're out there. You know, for the position that I'm in, you know, that's what I feel like what I need.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Do you have any family? Have you talked to your family recently, or
Yeah, I mean, I
you stay in touch?
pretty normal, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not like I was when I was sober, but you know, I still stay in contact with my family.
Do you have someone that you like? If you got clean, is there a place that you could go and stay? And
I've always got a home whether I'm clean or not.
Damn, bro.
I'm lucky to have a family that, you know, they don't agree with what I do.
Of course,
They
yeah.
got my back no matter what.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you're in Portland because you're not going to get arrested for using, which is actually I agree with that policy. Is there anything else you want to tell us? I feel like I appreciate you talking to us.
Yeah, you know.
What do you go by?
My regular name, Dustin.
Dustin?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel like I really, you know, helped out too many answers that you were, you know, asking. I mean, like I said, you know, I myself feel like, you know, the answer to what I need to do is to kick myself my own ass, and
Yeah.
I know what I need to do.
Yeah. Well, we work with a group called Loving One Another. You know Spencer, Big Spence?
I don't.
No? We get people into detox all the time.
Yeah.
So when you're ready, we'll make a call, get you in Vancouver or Estacada, somewhere nice out of the city, you know?
Yeah.
Is that something you're interested in right now?
It's something that I should put some thought into. You know, I've been doing it before. It's really not my thing. It's what I should do. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not trying to press you, bro. I'm just.
No.
How long, you've been on the streets for how long?
A little over a year now.
A little over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know,
That's got to be
I'm
hard.
just waiting for that, you know, the day where I'm ready to just do, you know, kick myself in the ass and do what I gotta do.
Well, I hope you make that decision. I really do, bro. Because, you know, we're out here because we love people, and we think that you're important. Your life matters. You're not just trash. You're not just some fucking guy on the side of the road that we're not going to pay attention to and not look at. We want to stop and talk to you because you're important, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for talking to us, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And I hope Blue enjoys his blue slippers. Those are legit.
He
I love
does.
those.
He does.
Yeah.
Except for the money.
Awesome, man.
Thank you so much, my bro. Leave that okay?
Have a good day, bro. If you see us rolling around, this guy's with Echelon right here. You ever see a guy with that patch? We can get you into rehab or detox.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, bro. Have a good day.
Cool.
You know, I do.
Have a good one, brother. Best of luck, bro.
Awesome. All right. Cool. So we're out patrolling. We have Wilming in the back, Rose in the front, and we'll get a little, you know, maybe an AAR from you, after action from you. But
Sure.
basically, we're rolling around. We have a very prominent property here in the downtown corridor. We patrolled a little bit around. We decided to park. It was very active. Looked like probably drug dealing going on, to be honest.
Yeah.
And essentially, Dustin told us that he's never been homeless before. He didn't grow up homeless. Came from a good home. He was a supervisor for a large landscaping company and started using drugs, got drug addicted, relapsed a year and a half ago, and has been on the streets, or about a year ago, and has been on the streets ever since. That's one contact. Hopefully, over the next 2-3 months, we'll contact him again. He knows to look for Echelon. He knows to look for Spencer at Loving One Another. We'll ask him 4, 5, 6 times. You know, the idea is that when you usually if we contacted 100 people today, we might find 10 or 15 that would be interested in resources. But during that 7-day period, they're interested twice. So yeah, there's the interest level is only 15% if you're only going once a month, one random day. But if you contact the same people every day in our districts, like Chase does, every single day, the likelihood that someone's going to want to change their life for the better is actually pretty high, right?
That's pretty cool.
Chase, what are your thoughts?
I personally would like to see him make that change.
Yeah.
I feel like out of most of the contacts you get, most of the time they're not super humble, super polite, super respectful, and you know he was super calm demeanor. Was willing to not just talk but open up a little bit. Right, it wasn't just like a basic conversation. He went in depth and told a little bit of his background. Which, I mean, is a little bit courageous for him because, one, he doesn't need to do it. He could have just got up and walked away.
That's right.
So I personally think in the up-and-coming months, there's definitely a possibility to get him into some form of assistance for himself, and get him back into, maybe what was once a better life.
Yeah.
That's what I would personally like to see, and I haven't actually seen him around before.
Me neither.
So yeah, I don't
He didn't
know
say
if
when he
he's-
came here, but I have a feeling it was pretty recent.
I've been talking to a lot of people who are very, very recent in the area, like within the last couple of months, And I mean, you can even see that there's just a lot of unfamiliar faces versus last year, especially last summer. I mean, it's summer and most people are out and about, and there's just a lot of unfamiliar faces on the streets, and it's super unfortunate for that. So hopefully we can get out and make them more familiar faces.
Exactly.
And let them know what options they have.
Make those contacts. Justice, thoughts?
Yeah, as an outsider, with that being my first contact, with your company and talking to an individual on the street, it was really cool. It was fun to kind of watch how that transpired, techniques, getting down on his level, talking to him in a good, approachable manner, informing him.
Inverting the power dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely. Informing him of, his options, asking what he wants to do. It was courageous of him to open up, and I did feel he was receptive to the point where he was not hard non-receptive, right? He wasn't like, no, this is what I'm gonna kick rocks, whatever, 4-letter expletive might be in vogue. He was not opposed, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Myself, I was just kind of, you guys were doing the approach. I was kind of more looking, all right, what's going around on the background scene of it, paying attention to other people, trying to read their signs of aggression, if any, and
that's right.
just kind of keep it moving. So it was cool.
Awesome, man. Good. You ever experienced anything like that before
No,
from a security company?
no, definitely not from. I mean, community outreach maybe, but even that, it's the approach might be similar, but like you said, they only get out from time to time, and they're so overwhelmed, and there's so few of them, per capita, that you guys get to make more of a difference because you have the numbers, because you have your regular patrols where you get to know these people, and they get to know, and more to the point, they get to know and trust you.
That's right.
So that was pretty cool.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for the feedback. We're going to keep patrolling, and we're going to help people, and we're going to make the area safe.
Sounds good.
Yeah. What's up, bro? How's it going, man? You doing okay today? My name's Alex. You look familiar. I think we've spoken before. We work with Spencer from Loving One Another. We're also with Echelon, the security company.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, bro. You need a cigarette? Yeah, bro. What's your name again?
Robert?
Robert, I'm Alex. You doing okay today?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some shut eye,
Yeah. Could you do me a huge favor? Could you not do it here? Is that okay? Pick another building? I appreciate it, man. It means a lot to me. All right, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Take your time, man. You're not in a hurry. No hurry. Cool.
Yeah, up here on the left along the fence,
Yeah.
pretty decent group. Some are obviously on public. Well, that's technically the drip line on this covers the whole sidewalk on that other side, I'm pretty sure, but there's a lot that were hanging out up against the fence.
Hanging out against the fence. Cool.
Oh.
Damn.
The village.
This is crazy. Is it usually this busy?
Yeah. This is one of the new hotspots.
Yeah. We're doing a documentary about homelessness.
Hey, I just came out here like 2 seconds ago.
No
Can
shit.
I talk about it?
Come on. Yeah. Can we mic you up?
It's not homeless, it's houseless, it's home free.
Yeah.
No.
What's up, man? You remember me? I'm little Spencer's brother. Big Spencer? I work with Loving One Another.
All right.
Yeah.
I got an LLC
Good
coming.
to see you, bro.
So we're doing talking. What's the topic?
Oh, you got a mic? Okay, good.
Yeah, no worries, bro.
Homelessness.
Yeah.
You got a lighter with you? All right, yeah, you got one. Okay.
I got an LLC coming though because I got motivated for being homeless though.
Yeah, I got you.
So now I'm looking at the generation. I'm like, okay, a lot of stuff could be prevented if like we had housing. So I just noticed that. So now I'm young, and I'm trying to make sure everybody. I want to be a life coach anyway. But basically, we're trying to tell them like the concrete don't fit our body though. You gotta stay motivated from 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. They got resources, so just don't be out here just chilling sometimes. You feel me? If you do, go at least check one building or one place out, one resource out, and use it because weather's changing. You don't want to be.
Weather's
around
changing,
nobody.
bro.
Yeah, we feel it's getting cold.
Yeah, it's
so,
about to get wet.
Yeah, so I'm about to make sure that like, I do everything that's out the way. But when you're not homeless, whatever, it gives your brain better therapy, like better mental health stages.
What's your name?
My name is Rome.
Rome? Alex.
Alex. Yep.
What led to you being on the streets?
Oh, I'm not on the streets anymore. No.
You just kicking it?
No, not actually though. I just came to visit a friend like 2 seconds though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was
Nice.
talking to like the little public people, tell them how they doing. I be seeing like everybody every day though. But basically, I'm like, I was homeless though. I was in CCC buildings and everything though, and it took like 6 months, real hard work and dedication to get out. And like, they got jobs, like temp services, so I did all temp services. So now,
Oh, that's dope.
I'm at a certain place where like I'm retired. I'm in it a year because I worked so hard though, like
Yeah.
legally. So now I'm just chilling. Now I'm just working on my LLC. I design shoes now. And I'm just telling everybody, man,
Nice.
hey, look.
Those are some fly shoes, bro.
Oh yeah, these cool.
I like
So
this.
now I'm just making sure I just stay out the way.
Nice.
And I'm like, hey, they got like resources. I'm like, CCC didn't work for me though. So I got New Narrative. That's working for me. So,
Okay.
So yeah, everybody go to New Narrative though. You feel me?
New Narratives.
Yeah, and stay positive.
New Narratives is a great nonprofit.
Yeah, non-profit. See,
Fantastic,
I
man.
said that. So New Narrative and just like stay out of trouble, neglect, drama, and the serve God though. So
Awesome.
the only thing
Good
I
for
gotta
you.
say about homelessness, like there's a will, there's a way.
That's dope.
You feel me? And everybody in 24 hours can do it though. Like in 24 hours you do a lot. So I just be preaching to everybody, putting it in their ear. Like it's a
I
better
love
life.
it. I love your
It's a better-
positivity, bro.
Yeah, it's a better life.
Thanks for talking to us, man. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Appreciate it.
Be safe.
It's called Detroit, GETROIT 1313. About to start my LLC, and I'm about to start like entertainment. Yep. So everybody got talent. So I'm about to just be like Professor Xavier. You feel me? I'm on TV. Yeah, but God bless y'all.
Appreciate it, brother. Thanks.
I'll see you.
Good. Ruby, you good? You need another cigarette? Yep. How's it going, my man? You doing okay today? You good, bro?
Yeah, great.
Go. You need a cigarette?
Sure. What you got here, light?
I don't have a light, bro. I don't
got you,
smoke.
brother.
I just carry these for other folks. Yeah. Y'all doing okay today?
Have a good day, G.
Yeah? Awesome. Y'all know Spencer or Echelon?
Yeah.
Big Spencer? We work with Spencer with Loving One Another.
Okay.
We're just out hanging out with folks, seeing what's going on, making sure y'all are good.
Good, because I thought you was going to say something bad. I was going to say, don't say nothing happened that day.
No.
man.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah. My name's Alex. Nice to meet y'all. Yeah.
Because he's awesome.
Spencer's the best.
Yeah, he cares.
Yeah, he does. He's 100. All the time. All the time. All right, well, nice to meet y'all.
All right.
We're just checking in on people. Yeah, of course. Yeah, my man got one right here. You need a cigarette? Yeah, bro. And if you see this, Echelon, we're here to protect you too. So if anyone's fucking with you, you can call on us, okay? All right? All right. Love y'all. Y'all be good.
Yeah, I got some
Thank you.
extras for you. Seem to have more rapport than I do.
Here, why don't you make some contacts?
Yeah.
Cool, right? Yeah.
Hey y'all. Hello. I'm over here. Hello. I do security for the property. Was out seeing how everyone's doing today. Y'all doing okay? You need a cigarette? All right. Your friends just sleeping? They doing okay? All right. Have y'all heard of Echelon or Loving One Another with Spencer? So we do like
Sorry about that.
I'll come down here a little bit. We do like community outreach, getting people into housing off the streets and stuff. Is that something you're interested in? Yeah. Is there anything I can call you? My name's Chase. Teresa. Nice to meet you. I'll get with Spencer and let him know that you're over here. Is this where you typically hang out at, or? Okay. I can get with him. How old are you roughly? 60? Okay, that's just stuff he'll ask me, so if I already have it ahead of time, it saves him a little time. Maybe he can get him out here speedier because he's a busy guy. There's only a few people that work there, so they try to go as quick as they can, so it may not be like a today, tomorrow kind of thing, but I'll try to get him out here. Do you normally stay here all day, or do you have like a schedule? I just don't want to have him come over here and then you're not here, you know what I mean? Okay, that's fair. I'll try to get with him and see if we can come up with maybe a time, and then get it either passed back to you via me or another one of our guys that work here. Okay. All right. You don't need anything for the rest of the day, though. You doing okay? A lighter? I got a lighter for you. I can't give it to you, but I can let you use it.
Hey, I'm gonna check on your man right here. Are you good, bro? Are you good?
Yeah.
Making sure. When you use and pass out that way, that's the worst thing for your lungs to be that. It's better to be on your side,
You need
on
a
your
smoke,
back.
brother? Cigarette? Yeah, you got a lighter?
So when people use, if they fall asleep hunched over, you lose a lot of your lung capacity. That is the worst position to be in after you use a type of narcotic. And so it's very easy to have your
If it's not today, it might be
oxygen
tomorrow.
levels
Just
plummet.
depends on if I can get a hold
And
of
so
one
we
of the
always want to make sure
individuals
people
from
are not in that position, at least to overdose. So
Yeah, of course.
we don't, but we're gonna send Spencer by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer with loving one another will be by. I talked to her and told her.
You know
not
Big
really-
Spence. Big Spence? Yeah. Cool.
Yep. Thanks, y'all. If you need anything, feel free to reach out to one of us. Thank you.
What are you guys doing it for?
We're doing a documentary on houselessness in Portland. So we're following a security company around, and we follow a nonprofit around called Loving One Another.
Isn't it kind of like super fucking negatively viewing the homeless? I mean, they're just.
Well, I was actually homeless as a child and an adult for 2 years. And so we're here to offer people resources. Do you know Spencer? Big Spence? Like last month we transitioned 176 people off the street.
How do you do it?
Well, we work directly on the street. We go in all the downtown neighborhoods. We patrol like 5-6 times or 7 days a week. We get to know people and we say, hey, like I know Ruby down there, Teresa, I know a lot of these folks. They say, hey, how y'all doing today? Do you want to get into shelter? Everybody want to get into a detox? When someone says yes, we call the team in and they work with them that entire day until we can get them into a shelter or a detox center. And so,
They're just what if they're homeless and they don't need detox?
well, you have the right to do that. Yeah, we're not here to make
They have the
anyone.
right to do what?
Can you
Well-
just do referrals for detox? Like say I want
Yeah.
to go to Hooper, because I'm trying to go there, and it's not like I can't get in because I have a DHS case, and I'm just trying to
Yeah.
like get out, you know, and get it all taken care of. But like,
Hooper's actually pretty easy to get into. You have to you want to do the paperwork ahead of time, the day before, and then you want to get there around 7:30 in the morning.
yeah, I know how that all works. 'Cause I went there one day, and they were, yeah, but a referral would guarantee me in that next day when I show
Oh,
up, right?
100%. Yep.
Yeah. So how would I get one of those?
We're going to have Spencer stop by here in about maybe an hour.
Okay.
So if you're still here, he's a big white dude and he's wearing really funny looking snowboarding sunglasses today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And what's your name?
Justine.
Justine. I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. I'll tell him to look for you.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You got a lighter for him?
Awesome.
Have a good day, y'all.
So we'll just walk the block,
Cool.
right?
Hey, found a penny.
So just our engagement on that street increased the population by at least 50%, maybe 2/3. When we first turned the corner, there were like, what, 50, 60 people?
Oh yeah.
By the time we left, there's maybe 15,
Right.
right? So just that constant engagement is gonna make it so that the area, there's less drug dealing, prostitution, less crime going on, right? We don't wanna stigmatize and we don't want to discriminate. So we're not gonna assume who's the drug dealer, who are the bad people. We just go and be community oriented. We're engaging the community in such a way that we show them that we care,
Right.
and that alone is gonna make drug dealing and crimes go down. As community engagement increases, criminal engagement decreases.
Absolutely.
Because
Direct
they want to go
correlation.
somewhere where they're not gonna be bothered and there's no eyeballs.
Right. Just
Right.
mere presence.
Just the presence alone, 2/3. The bad actors typically are the first ones to leave. The people that stay are people who are just regular people.
Right. Yeah. No, you see the bad actors quickly.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Right? So let's call Spencer and let's have him do a stop here today. My phone's back at the van though.
The one individual is a little bit against the idea. And one of them, I mean, even at first, the individual you spoke with,
Kind of hostile.
yeah, she was against it. And then once you spoke with
She was
her,
like, oh, wait, you can get me into detox?
Yeah.
I need to get into Hooper.
I was
I'm like, yeah, we can make that happen like in a couple days.
when they
Yeah.
see that it's not like, oh, we're just out here filming for like
Exploiting,
yeah,
exploiting their oppression, right?
Precisely.
Which is, we're not here, we're here to help you, we're giving you a hand up.
And
Yeah.
you're giving them a voice.
Yeah,
This, just taking the time out, lets them kind of be heard, and it travels word of mouth. I
It
mean,
does, yeah.
it's so fast. Especially you guys have a recognizable patch. recognizable presence, uniform is pretty consistent, you know. Those things will stick out, and even just word of mouth. So that was pretty cool.
Awesome, man.
Right, maybe we're the ones that always hand out cigarettes to some people.
Sure.
To others, it's hey, you guys are the ones that actually help people.
Yep.
Right, try to get people into services.
Yeah, and that's why it's a rewarding company to work for.
I could see that.
There's more of a purpose behind the job than just doing basic level security,
Right.
Or even intermediate level security. There's an end goal, and that's to help people. And if we all did that, maybe we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm honestly trying to work myself out of a career field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I do my job good enough, then I won't have to work here anymore.
I understand.
That'd be
In theory.
amazing. Yeah.
So,
But even the little interaction you had with the gentleman who looked like he had passed out, you just kind of educated him. Hey, look, if you're gonna use when you pass out, that's the most dangerous way.
Yeah,
Just
don't pass
fixate
out.
just the whole thing. Like if you're gonna do it, we want you to be
Yeah, try to
alive
go to
do
your
it.
side.
Yeah, the rescue position, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's call Spencer and go back on patrol. Sounds
Cool.
good?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, what up, Spence? Alex.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
You let him in?
what's up?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm doing like 10 things at once. What's up?
You're good, bro. I spent like 30, 40 minutes at Central Plaza.
Hello?
Could you or Terrence stop by? And we talked to a lady named Teresa and a lady named Justine. Both white female.
I know both of them. I just dealt with them yesterday when I cleared this Central Plaza.
Yeah, Justine wants to get into Hooper.
So I'll try to get over there as quick as I can. I know who they are, so I will go talk to them.
Yeah, they're going to be there for like several more hours.
Of course they are. That's where they hang out.
Yeah.
It's the only place to hang out all day long. So, okay. All right. So text me the names of them again, just so I have them on the tip of my tongue.
All right, bro. Good talk.
All right, bye. Goodbye.
And really, individuals, like how people became homeless,
Right.
and then what they think is the best way for them to receive help.
Okay. So
You want to talk to us?
I'll talk to you. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Would you guys be willing to walk with me as we do this, or do you want me to be stationary?
We can walk a little bit that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just walk backwards.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
My name's Alex.
what's up, Alex?
Nice to meet you, bro. So you approached us. You asked what we're doing.
Right.
We're doing a documentary on being homeless. Tell us your story.
Yeah. So my story right now is well, I've been homeless before in
Yeah.
the past when they had the protests going on for Occupy Portland.
That's right. That's right.
I was addicted to heroin, and I had never tried treatment before this, but
Damn.
at that time, I believe it was back in 2009, 2010,
Yeah.
around there. It was quite some time ago, but my story was I thought I could go there to get some help, get off the streets,
Yeah.
and leave with the tools and medication
Hey.
I needed to be successful.
Yeah.
And successful to me is being sober and maintaining
Okay.
that sobriety. Now the situation that I'm in now is simply the fact that it's a fucking struggle to live. I have my fiance, I have my 2 sons,
Yeah.
1 6-year-old, 3-month-old, and
Wow.
we were all just living in a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in Gladstone, Oregon. It's a very expensive little town.
Yeah,
It's
totally, yeah.
beautiful, but that's where we wanted to be, right? We want to be somewhere where it's clean and safe,
Yeah.
not somewhere where you walk down the streets and you have to worry about needles,
Yeah.
and
It's a
syringes and other paraphernalia
yeah.
being laid out on the floor. So long story short, I don't live there anymore because my landlord decided I don't want to renew the lease, and he only gave me 30 days to kind of figure out where to go from there.
Wow.
So because I didn't figure that out, we had to move into my father-in-law's,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's me, my 2 kids, and my spouse. So
That sounds tough.
it's tough. Got real tough. We started fighting with each other, and we were at our necks so goddamn much that I got to the point where I'm like, fuck it, I'm leaving,
Yeah.
I left. I came back. She allowed me to come back. I left. I came back. And then finally she said, don't fucking come back. And now I'm here. I'm down here. I have a tent. And I have a sleeping bag. And I have pillows.
Yeah.
And I do have to go, figure out where I'm going to get my next meal. And I do have to, watch my back because there's so many people out here that care about making profits off of drugs rather than the people down here who are really struggling and need help.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's not always drugs.
Mhm.
There's people who might have been veterans,
Yeah.
World War II, and they have PTSD so fucking bad that, you know, they just can't function.
Yeah, bro,
or maybe
yeah.
they were locked up their entire life and then they get released to normal life and
Yeah.
they're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So anyhow, being down here, being homeless, it's an issue. And I think the most important thing about homelessness is the resources that are provided from the leaders.
Yeah.
It starts at the top, right?
It does, 100%.
I mean, you could take a look at Multnomah County and compare it to Clackamas County, or Yakima County, Marion County, whatever county you want to look at. But really, the policies is what makes the bread and butter.
Yeah.
Ever since Measure 110, I was actually one of the ones that voted for that. I actually thought that it was a good idea. I thought that it would steer them in the right direction with treatment, but it completely did the opposite. We have a free open range drug market here. This area here, Harvey Milk, Stark,
Yeah.
6th Avenue, 5th Avenue. I mean, it's pretty laid back right now, but later in the evening, man, you'll just see huddles of people just buying drugs, shooting drugs,
Yeah.
smoking drugs. And that's not cool, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good for anybody. We have
It's
children.
not, bro. It's not.
It's not. Yeah, we have children walking around and they'll be like, hey, we got a child walking by, you know, put it down for a second.
Yeah.
But it goes right back up when, you know, they pass.
What's the best thing for you right now? If someone was going to offer you resources to get off the street, to get clean, what would that look like?
So that's a good question. If somebody said they had some resources available to me and they wanted to know what resources I need, I would say that the specific thing that I need is shelter. Because number one, if you don't have shelter, you are ultimately going to be dealing with all of those different elements and aspects that really fuck us all up, you know? And I think it's important that each individual has a bed to lay their head. They have their own space, cupboards, closet, you know, to put their clothes.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, washer and dryer and all that, so they could stay clean, keep up on their hygiene, shower. Because we don't have any of that out here.
None of that exists here.
No, not at all. I mean, you can have a conversation with some of these clean and safe guys, and you know they could tell you, hey, call 211, or you know, we got St. Vincent de Paul, or you call these guys, and they're so full that you can't even get in there.
You can't. It's very hard.
Yeah, I mean, that's a problem. So a lot of people don't even try anymore.
Have you heard of Spencer? You know Spencer? Big Spencer?
Spencer.
Loving One Another? It's a nonprofit? No? Okay.
I have not.
So we work with an organization that helps people transition into sheltering or detox. And what we do is we spend most of our time on the streets just asking people, hey, you want to get into a shelter?
Right.
You want to get into a detox?
Right. So what's the answer to that you get? Do you have more people that are willing and accept it, or?
If we contact 100 people, about 10 to 15 will say yes. But what we've realized is about during a 7-day period, so 1 week, if we contact that person every single day, there were 2 times during that day when they were ready to transition.
Gotcha.
Or 2 times during that week.
And that is key, because they did have a project going on where they had a select few of homeless people, like directly off the streets. They went around to tents asking them, hey, would you like to get a room? Would you like to get shelter? And of course, there was a handful that said yes. There was also some that just flat out said no.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, some people want to be down here, you know. They're just like, fuck it. Why do I need to go get a house and have the responsibility of paying rent, this and that? Whatever, so be it. That's your business. I mean, I would have a little bit different policies in place to prevent that. But going back to what I was saying, these people that got free rent for a month, well, their time has ran out, and they actually extended it an additional few months, and they're going to be evicted and kicked out right back onto the streets because they didn't have any case management. They had nobody to, you know, communicate with them to see how are you doing, you know, are you going in any groups, are you, you know, using, are you clean, what's going on?
Yeah, of course.
Like, are you working? None of that.
Wow.
And I think when people don't have like an individual, an actual human being to speak to, I think they're going to be lost. And
100%.
Yes, and when they're lost, they're just going to go back to what they know best.
Yeah, people need to be in community. And if they don't have it, they're going to go back to the community they had on the street.
Correct. Because it does feel like to them like they have family out
Exactly,
here.
bro.
Yes.
Exactly.
And the hard thing about it too with the people on the streets, whether they are dealing with mental health or addiction, you know, I honestly think that it should all be in the same mental health, because they say addiction is a disease, right?
Yeah.
So why doesn't that count for mental health? Right?
I actually say this all the time. This is one of the main arguments I make all the time. Addiction is a disease, so it needs to be treated like a mental health problem.
Right.
Or a medical problem.
Right.
At least, yeah.
But we have separate clinics, we have separate
Always,
counselors, you know, separate skills.
Mm-hmm.
And, it
And
just
separate
kinda-
funding.
Right, exactly.
Which
Makes
is
me
what,
wonder why.
where's the money?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they don't really do a good job at tracking where the money goes, but they just shell it out, you
Yep.
know, and, oh, okay, well, that didn't work, let's just send them more.
Yeah.
So, I think the real big challenges are, of course, you know, it starts at the top, the policies that are put in place.
Yeah.
Right now, I think, you know, Mayor Ted Wheeler just needs to say, hey, you know what, I made some really bad decisions, and we need to reverse some of these policies I put in place and start over from scratch, you know? Because
Start over from scratch.
it's
That's one of the
evident.
smartest things I've heard ever said. I agree, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just speaking from the heart, because honestly, guys, I lived here for, let's see, since I was about, I was born here. Yeah, so, I mean, it's been 32 years. I'm 32 years old. So, I remember it wasn't like this with all the tents and everything. It's been getting gradually worse throughout the years.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a combination of things. I mean, it's not only policies, right? I mean, we have fentanyl that just came in. The fentanyl is destroying everybody like
It is, man.
no other drug I've seen.
It's horrible.
And it is so sad, man.
I don't know your name, and I'm not going to ask your name, but you seem very intelligent, right?
Thank you.
You could probably have a master's degree in sociology or something.
Sure.
And social worker, right?
Sure.
What is it going to take to get you off the streets and to get you clean?
Yeah, so I was presented with that challenge today because I haven't been the best spouse. You
I don't
know,
want
husband,
to. I don't want to make you feel
father.
bad. This isn't
No,
about
no,
all the
you're
bad
not
things
gonna-
you've done.
You're not gonna make me feel bad.
We've
at
all
all.
done bad things.
Right. And I own everything that
Yeah.
I've done bad. I'm not that type of person that'll sit there and pity me, point
Yeah.
fingers and say, hey, it's all your guys' fault. You know, Mayor Ted Wheeler, fuck you, it's your fault. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna own that shit, and I'm gonna do what I can to make sure I better myself,
Yeah.
because I definitely don't want to end up like some of the people out here. But what I would need personally is I need structure. I need shelter. I need a curriculum. I need support. And
Do you have a phone on you? Do you have a phone?
well, I just got a new phone yesterday from Assurance Wireless on the corner. They're giving out free phones.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep at the Max stop. Somebody
Someone
stole
stole
it.
it.
Yeah. Boom, just like that.
Okay.
You know, and I was just genuinely tired.
Yeah.
I was pretty upset, but what am I gonna do? You know.
If you fall asleep, you get robbed.
Right.
That's the street. I was homeless as an adult and a child.
Yeah.
And if you fall asleep, you're gonna get robbed.
Right. Don't fall
That's the
asleep
game,
with
bro.
shoes on, right?
That's the game. Yeah.
But it's so much worse now because I've actually had an individual who took just one hit of fentanyl, and they fell out. They went down to the ground, and it took about 4 Narcans to bring them back.
Wow.
But it gets a lot of attention from people around here.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
some want to help him out, but others, you know, this dude came over and starts cleaning out his pockets, right? And
It's horrible, bro.
yeah, no, I was like,
Wow.
what the fuck are you doing?
Robbing
man?
the dead as they're dying.
Right. So he didn't die, but that's the kind of world that we live in now. So the biggest things to help the homelessness is we gotta separate each individual from the problem. The problem is here downtown. The drugs are all here. You could get whatever drug it is you want. It's so readily available. The cops aren't gonna pull you over and tell
Gotcha.
you you can't smoke. So we gotta make sure that we get these individuals not put in jail with a record that's going to make it more difficult for them to get a job or get housing. But we need to start, you know, building actual facilities and sober homes with strong curriculums that are going to be successful.
I love that. Yeah.
My mother, she just got her certificate for drug and alcohol counseling, and she had me do her last assignment. And one of the things that I read about
Wow.
was ibogaine. Have you ever heard of ibogaine?
No.
So ibogaine is a hallucinogen. It comes from a bark from a tree, and they use it on people who suffer from drug and alcohol addiction, especially, and also people who have mental illness. However, you can only do this in Mexico, Thailand, you know, countries that are not the United States. And the question is, well, why don't they want to practice that here if it's it has an 80% cure rate with these guys, you know? And they had a part where they actually had some patients go through the experience and how they felt afterwards.
Really? Wow.
And it is really
Ibogaine.
successful. Ibogaine, yes.
Ibogaine. I'm gonna check it out.
Well, the reason is because America is all about money. It's pharmaceutical companies' biggest business we have. And if you have a cure rather than treatment, then it's just going to put you out, right? I mean, they're not going to have to go to the methadone clinic every day anymore, spend money on methadone, or they don't need to go to their doctor anymore and get Suboxone, you know, till the day they die.
Correct.
They just go get the Ibogaine,
You're right,
and if
bro.
it's a successful experience, they're done, it's over, cool.
As an
Everybody's
organization,
happy except for the pharmaceutical company.
we use $60,000 worth of Narcan a year that the Oregon Health Plan pays for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
So there's a lot of money. There is. Hey, I hate to cut you off, but he has a flight. We have to get him back to his flight.
Oh, totally. Where did you guys fly from?
He flew from Sacramento?
Sacramento. Yep.
Sacramento. Yeah, I used to live out in California. San Francisco, that's another story,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know?
Quite
So,
familiar.
do you want to get into a shelter?
Yes.
When?
I mean, if you had a shelter for me today, I mean, I don't want to get into a shelter where it's a bunch of users and, you know, people got lice and scabies. And,
Okay,
you know,
have you heard of City Team?
I've not.
Gosh, okay. Hey, JJ, can you call Victory Outreach or City Team and see if, okay.
I'm on it right now.
Hey, that's my cousin, JJ. Can you talk to him and help him out, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna finish wrapping up here.
Okay.
But it was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
We're not gonna put your name out there or anything like
Oh,
that.
no worries. I mean, I've seen a lot of people out here that know me, and I've been doing it since I was 15 years old.
Yeah,
So
yeah, bro.
it's funny because everybody who talked down on me and said, oh, he's just a heroin addict, he's never going to do nothing.
Don't listen to that, bro.
Right. Well, hey, those same people actually are addicted to drugs today, and I'm the only one who's, you know, been working all my life, like making 100K. I just filed over 100K last year, man.
Crazy.
You know, working as a production manager.
Yeah.
I mean, there's functioning alcoholics, there's functioning
Yeah.
heroin addicts.
Oh, yeah.
But me personally, I'm doing the methadone at a medically assisted treatment program.
Oh, that's
So
awesome, bro.
That's working for me, and that's
Good,
what
man.
I want to continue with.
Good.
Because I don't want to fall back on this shit.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to
Thank
meet you.
you, man.
JJ, my cousin, he'll take care of you. We're gonna wrap this up real quick. Is that okay? Okay. All right.
Awesome, guys. What's your name?
Take care.
Okay, cool. Well, let's do a wrap.
Yeah.
Are we rolling? Awesome. Well, cheers. We're here in Portland. We have Justice out. We have Wilming out. Kind of final wrap up. We hit the studio. We talked about executive protection. We talked about all your work in executive protection, all your work in corrections, the overlaps to our community program here, and how we do our what we call security through community.
Right.
Give us your last thoughts, and then I'd like to hear from you, Chase, as well.
Well, first, this was my first excursion to Portland. It was awesome. You guys got a great team. You got a great business model. I love the community outreach and support that you guys are continuing to talk about, and I think it's fantastic. I'm definitely going to encourage anybody who asks me in the security field to reach out about this business
Awesome,
model.
bro. Yeah.
The gentleman we just talked to was great. There was a lot of cross parallels. I'm looking at being a counselor in corrections, and that's some of the same talks that we're constantly getting. So it's funny how often things just kind of come together. So yeah, it was great. Had a great first time, and I appreciate you. Thanks for having me out here.
Thank you, brother. Yeah,
It was a
appreciate
great
it.
time.
Chase, last thoughts.
I thought, well, just talking to him, he made a lot of honest and solid points.
Yeah.
They kind of really showed a lot of light. Most people that you talk to, kind of cut corners, and they'll, keep it in the shadows of the things going on, and it's kind of hidden, via news and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he brought it from a first-person perspective and how he sees it on the streets. And it was just honestly eye-opening. I mean, even as someone that's pretty aware of what's going on around here, it was still super eye-opening to sit there and listen to him from a first-hand experience. So overall, I think we got a lot of
knowledge passed today.
I think so, yeah.
To us and from us. So overall, it
good.
was pretty successful, I think so. Justice it was?
It was.
Nice
It was
meeting
nice
you,
meeting
Awesome.
you. Take
Well,
care.
Thanks, Chase, and thank you for watching the ride along. You know, the work we do is important. It's not just about making money. It's about changing lives and changing communities. That's what we're trying to do here, and that's what everyone needs to be doing everywhere. That's the only thing that really matters in life, right? Who are you affecting? How are you affecting them? And what kind of legacy do you want to leave? Those are the questions we ask ourselves. Justice, Wilming, appreciate you coming on the ride along.
That's awesome.
We'll see you next time.